What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, man, Cartoon One, the Village Storyteller. And it's Village Storyteller time. It's Village Storytelling time, man. Um, Man, this one right here, this here, you know the stories on the Village Storyteller, man. You know what I'm saying? They're fictitious, make believe, made up. Therefore, you know what I'm saying, entertainment purposes only. You know what I'm saying? For those who just, want to make it through the night, you know. Excuse me. Hold on. Okay, boom, there we go. You know, with something to do to make it through their work day, make it through their work break period, on their way to work or on their way home from work, or something just to listen to right before they go to bed at night. Um, that's what you're gonna get over here on the Village Storyteller channel. This story right here, um, as I'm sitting here formulating in my mind, it becomes somewhat kind of near and dear to me because even though it's a fictitious story, there's one or two small grains of truth in it. I mean, the situation could be a lot of people's truth. You know, you never know. You don't know what people go through throughout the day, every day. But man, this story takes place, man, in the middle of LA. Now, if you notice, on the Village Storyteller channel, 9 times out of 10, a lot of them gonna be in LA, and sometimes they be someplace else. But I don't never add sets to them or any of that. I don't add the blue or the red. I make it what it is, and I let you formulate in your mind what you want it to be. But this story takes place, man, in the middle of LA, man. You know what I'm saying? Typical lifestyle, man. Uh, you got a homie named Trey Rock. Man, Trey Rock been in the mix forever. Been in the mix forever, man. Stay into it. Stay getting into it, man. He public enemy number one. The set that Trey Rock is from, man, don't get along with nobody, and they surrounded. They surrounded, and they stay going at it all the time, going through ups and downs, turns around. They've been to a lot of funerals in the last 6 months. They've been to 5 funerals. So at this point in time, they real salty with any and everybody around them that they don't get along with. But now you got to look. They've been dishing out a whole lot of damage, but the surrounding sets that don't get along with them been dishing out a lot of damage to them. But now Trey Rock, you know what I'm saying? I swear it's like clockwork. He ain't been squeezing on that toy none today till now. Ain't no need for me to even say nothing to y'all used to it. But anyway, Trey Rock is public enemy number one. Everybody, all sets around, been talking about him. His name is up, and when it's up and it's stuck, they like get him at all costs. They know that a lot of the retaliation shooting that been done coming from this particular set right here, it been Trey Rock and his crew. But Trey Rock himself, leading the pack, doing what he do, doing his thug thizzle. He was like it was like he was born to this gang thing. Couldn't nobody tell him nothing. Couldn't nobody stop him. Couldn't nobody do none of that. You know what I'm saying? But now Trey Rock himself, he knew that he was a runaway train, but he also knew in his heart of hearts and in his mind and in his heart, his soul, and his spirit that if something didn't change, that his time was going to be up. He felt it. He felt it. You know what I'm saying? But him being the rider that he is, or the rider that he was, he just couldn't stop. He couldn't let it go. It's like the song say, when the homies called. You know what I'm saying? Trey Rock was coming. Any type of disrespect or anything that was done to his set, you know what I'm saying? He took it personal. He took it personal. You know what I'm saying? He took it upon himself for him and his crew to get busy and do what they had to do to rectify the insult that was brought upon they set. So anyway, it made him, like I said, target number one. It had been times to where Dudes that from his set had been caught by enemy sets, and they didn't even do nothing to him. But they also told the dudes, they say, look, we ain't gonna do nothing to you. But you tell your homeboy Trey Rock that his day's number. When we catch him, ain't gonna be no talking. It ain't gonna be no pass. Tell him he's a dead man. He's a dead man. We gonna get him. And so throughout the course of weeks, Trey Rock was receiving a lot of messages like this from different people that had been caught slipping, and they didn't do nothing too. He'd also been receiving messages like this from little different females around the neighborhood, around the area that he was dabbling with. He had met girls, and when they found out who he was, they was like, "Oh no, I don't want nothing to do with you." And then he like, "Why, man? Shoot, man. Anybody get caught with you, they gonna suffer the same fate as you. Everybody and their mama wants you." And he knew what it was. Now, Trey Rock, he had a baby mama. He had 2 kids. But he didn't spend a lot of time with his baby mama. He spent the time that he could. But she could not compete with the love that Trey Rock had for his set. She couldn't compete with it. She knew that if he had to make a choice over her and his kids, that he was going to choose the set. He was one of them. You know what I'm saying? He was one of them. He was one of them ones. He was a real hood rat. And he knew that he wasn't going to leave the set. He didn't have no desire to leave it. He didn't want to leave it, especially when he was younger. But, as I said before, he had been getting strange feelings. You know what I'm saying? He had been contemplating on what would it be like to live a civilian life? What would it be like to live a normal life away from all this? Could he handle it? Could he cut it? Would he miss the set? You know what I'm saying? But his baby mama had been pressing him hard to move away. Just please move away. Let's do something different. Give yourself a chance. Let's go here. Let's go there. Please, please, please. But now, he kept fanning it off, waving it off. He kept like, man, no, you know what I'm saying? He just didn't want to deal with it. He didn't want to deal with it. Cool. Every day that he left the house, she was scared, wondering if this was going to be the last day that she seen her baby daddy. She was madly in love with him. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing that she wouldn't do for him. Anyway, one day they in the set, they kicking it, doing what they do on a typical day. And they was like, well, come on, cuz. I mean, not cuz, but they was like, man, come on, man, let's go to the let's shoot up to the market, homie. Let's shoot up to the market. So they like, man, so everybody was like, man, what we going up there for, man? Man, let's just go up there, man. I heard they got this, I heard they got that, I heard they doing this, I heard they doing that. So, it's something to do. They was tired of sitting around standing in the park all day. So they like, all right, well, they went up that way. And as they got in, it was around 5 o'clock. Hadn't started getting dark yet, but they knew it was gonna get dark soon. They was 3 deep. And anyway, so they went in there. They went in. And they going up down the aisleways, tripping on stuff, want to figure out, man, let's buy this, let's get this, let's get that. So Trey Rock was like, man, we ain't got no business up in here. Ain't nothing in here we want. 9 times out of 10, man, we want something to drink, man. We just go to the liquor store. Homie, what we doing up in the market? So, the market was in their hood. So they were like, man, shoot, man, there ain't nothing, man. We just come through the market, man. Just come through, see who we can see and see what's up. So they like, all right. Trey Rock didn't know at the time that his baby mama and his 2 daughters was in there. But they was way on the other side. So as, Trey Rock and his 2 homeboys, they just flattening around, boom, 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 boom. The baby mama and the daughter, they over there too. So now they want to start playing with each other. Man, they get into a food fight. They throwing stuff at each other, man. They run them down the highway. Really, the kid side of them is coming out. They just really having a little fun. So, Trey Rock threw an orange at one of his homeboys and hit him. Bow. So now here it is. Okay. His homeboy want to get him back. His homeboy then grabbed a grapefruit. He got a grapefruit in each hand. And you know what I'm saying? He want to blast. He want to blast Trey Rock hard. So Trey Rock take off running. He running through the store, running up down the aisleways, trying to get away, trying to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? They're playing. So he went closer to the other side of the store where his baby mama was with his two daughters, but she was in there shopping. She didn't know he was in there, and he didn't know they were in there. Anyway, as Trey Rock been an aisle away, he run into two more dudes. So the two dudes they run into, he stopped, he looked at them. They stopped and they looked at him. And so they like, man, it's this fool Trey Rock, man. Trey Rock looked at them. So they like, man, what's up, fool? So Trey Rock, him being a rider that he is, he like, man, what's up? Shoot, he saying nothing, what's happening? So the dude like, oh, man, we got one, man. We finna, man, fool, you know, today your unlucky day. We been looking for you. And when so the dude reached upon his thing, Trey Rock ain't got the heat on him. But one of his homeboys had the heat on him. But he done ran up down so many aisleways running and playing, they don't know where he at yet. So anyway, so when the dude, just as the dude coming up with the heat, was finna give Trey Rock the business. Now, Trey Rock ain't never been run to run. He wasn't into that running. He wasn't about that running life. You know what I'm saying? He knew in his heart of hearts and in his mind, he like, dang, this it right here. You know what I'm saying? So he put his chin up, stood his ground, like, shoot, man, what's up? Whatever you gonna do, you gonna do. Man, listen, so Trey Rock baby mama, she was coming down another aisle, a cross aisle, and she didn't see Trey Rock standing down there with the two dudes, just as the dude is drawing down on him. She got one of Trey Rock's daughters in the basket pushing it, and the other daughter is walking behind her. So the other daughter, she looked down the aisleway and she see Trey Rock, she see her father. And she break out running. She holler, mommy, mommy, there's daddy, there go daddy, there go daddy, there go daddy. So just as the dude was coming up with the heat, as soon as he draw down the bus, man, Trey Rock daughter run up and grab him by the leg. Daddy! And he looked. And she got her arms up. So he trying to tell her, no, he trying to push her out, tell her, move, baby, move, and push his daughter out the way. He don't want his daughter in harm's way, man. He don't want his daughter to be hurt. And she holding him. She holding his leg. Daddy, daddy, daddy. Mama's around the corner. Mama's around over there. Come on, let's go over here with mama. And he trying to tell his daughter, no, baby, move out the way. So at the same time he pushing his daughter away, trying to push her away, he looking up at these two dudes. Now Trey Rock ain't never been one to beg for mercy. He ain't never been one to ask for a favor. None of that. He knew when he got caught what it was gonna be. So the dude with the heat looking at him, his other homeboy telling him, man, smoke that fool, homie. Smoke that fool, man. Go on, smoke that fool. Let's get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So the little girl, she looking up at her daddy, then she look at the dude, and she started crying. And she wrapped her arm around her daddy's leg. She started crying. And then she walked in front of her daddy and put her arms, not in front, but put her arms out to the side, like trying to wrap her arms backwards around her daddy's Trey Rock legs. And she looked up at the dude with the gun. And she told him, she said, please don't hurt my daddy. Please, please don't hurt my daddy. So the dude, he looking at her. He look at Trey Rock. He look at her. And he look at Trey Rock. And he look at her again. And she crying, man. She crying real big tears. And she begging him, please. And she turn around and she hug her daddy around both legs, but she's looking back over her shoulder at the dude with the gun. And she crying, you know what I'm saying? She like, please. She crying so hard she can barely talk. She said, please don't hurt my daddy. What my daddy do to you? Please don't hurt my daddy. And the dude with the gun looked. And he said, man, you know what? It'll be another time. It'll be another time. It'll be another time. The dude put the gun up, and him and his home, he tapped his homeboy, said, come on, homie, let's go. We say, we'll catch him again. And he turned around and walked off. They left. Trey Rock reached down, he picked his little daughter up. He been wanting to pick her up, but he wasn't going to pick her up and put her in the middle of harm's way when this dude got the gun aimed at his chest. So he reached down, he picked his daughter up, and he started crying. And he hugged his daughter to him real tight and started shaking. Now, Trey Rock wasn't scared, and he wasn't crying because he was scared. He was crying because his daughter got put in danger. He was crying because dude could have pulled the trigger and accidentally hurt his daughter, and that hurted him. So by this time, one of his homeboys like, man, fool, man, wait, man, here you go, man, you way over here, man, what you doing over here? And so when he get up in front of Trey Rock's face, he see the tears coming down Trey Rock's face. He's like, dang, homie, what's up? Trey Rock told him what happened. So they looking like, man, where'd he go? Which way? He said, man, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So boom, by this time now, here come Trey Rock baby mama with his other daughter. She don't know what's going on, but when she pull up, she see her daughter and her baby daddy crying. So she like, babe, what's wrong? He like, it's a long story. I'm gonna let you know. So the daughter started crying, reaching for her mama, and she's telling her mama. So her mama asked her, baby, what's wrong? And she kept pointing down the alleyway where the dudes walked up to, and she was telling her mama, mama, they was gonna hurt daddy. Mama, they was gonna hurt daddy. They was gonna hurt daddy. So she like, Trey, what are they talking about? He was like, man, don't worry about it. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know. Just go home. Go home. She was like, no, I ain't going nowhere unless you come with me. I ain't going nowhere unless you come with me. So Trey Rock homeboy told him, he like, look, homie, man, go home with your baby mama, homie. Just go home. Just go. We'll catch up with you at a later date. So Trey Rock looked at him. He was like, okay. So he left with him. Paid for their stuff. They was leaving to get in the car. As he walked out, he looking around. He don't know what's, if they out here waiting or nothing. But he was like, it's time to go. So now as they was driving home, he was in silence. He wasn't talking, she wasn't talking. The girls were silent. They felt it in the air. When they got to the house, to the apartment they were staying in, she told the girl, she's like, y'all go upstairs. Y'all go upstairs. Me and Daddy gonna come up there. So they went off. They walked off. And she came in front of Trey Rock. She said, Trey, listen, I'm not stupid. What happened in that store? What's going on? And he looked at her. He said, he looked at her. He looked into her soul. Then he thought for a minute. She said, talk to me. Tell me what's up. He said, baby, it's time for a change. She was like, what? He was like, it's time for a change. It's time for me to give my daughters a life. Give my daughters a chance to grow with two parents. And she started crying, and she ran into his arms, and he hugged her. And he just kept rubbing her back, telling her it's time for a change. That's that story right there, y'all, man. That's that story right there, y'all, man. So it's me, man, your big partner, man, Cartoon 1, the village storyteller, man. Y'all stick with me, homie. Peace. I represent the gangsters.